really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Welcome to the show. Today, I'm talking more politics because I'm concerned about what you think politics is about, what you know it is about, and what you should do about ensuring that you get the kind of leaders that you want, and that includes me. Now, I have two people who are running for office now, you know, young people, not the ones that we're used to, not the usual. And I have one person who was part of the communication and strategy for one successful election that didn't quite go the way it should be. Now, why do I have these three in the house? Simply because I want you to see what the process is like, what it takes to be a politician, and why you must be involved. Welcome. We'll be back in a short while if you don't go away. Yes, I have a guy and two ladies. Now, in deciding to start with a guy, the two ladies felt I was being gender insensitive. But I started with him because he was actually the instigator for this session of the program I'm running. Because I was sitting quietly, having drinks with my husband after work at a restaurant in Lagos. And then somebody walks and says, hello, hi. My name is Obafemi Jorge. I'm running for Etiosa local government chairman. I'm like, what? So it's my pleasure to introduce to you today. Hi. Why don't you introduce yourself like you usually do? I mean, it's more fun, you know.
My name is Obafemi Jorge.
I found out that you're a political science graduate up to the master's level.
Absolutely.
You are a real estate you're in a real estate business. You have a family, you have kids, and then you get up one day and say, I am going to run for politics. Was it a one-day thing for you?
Not at all. It came out of being passionate about Nigeria. I'm sure we're all passionate about Nigeria.
A lot of people are.
And I mean, we all complain. We want to see the kind of change that we've all dreamt of. But somewhere we stopped on the level of social media or within the four corners of our bedroom. And what I simply did was that I said, you know what, I need an avenue to let out this passion. So this fateful day, I just drove to where I used to see a signboard of a political party.
You forgot that it was your wife that pushed you.
Yeah, she did.
I mean,
because she got fed up that, hey, listen, you're going to set the house on fire one day if you go on this way, do something. So I got challenged. So I drove to where I used to see a signboard somewhere along the Lekki Express Road, ACN in those days. So I made an inquiry.
In those days, how long ago was this?
2009, to be specific.
Okay.
So they told me they hold their meetings on Thursday. So the following Thursday, I drove there, I parked, and I sat down with them. That day, I met the councillor representing Ward B, and I started attending the meetings. Of course, initially, they thought that, okay, maybe there's a godfather somewhere that said, oh, before we give you an appointment, you need to be attending the ward meeting. But I just wanted to see the kind of change we've all dreamt of in the community. So I started attending the meetings. And like they say, today the rest is history.
So why did you choose to run for office at the local level?
Very good question. After I got involved for like 5-6 years, you know, it's one thing to learn things in school. That's theoretical. Now, all the things I've learned in school and the things we've all dissected about Nigeria, when I got involved at politics at the local level, it became so clear to me that if we're going to see a great country, it has to start at the local level. You know, there's a reason why they call it grassroots politics. I say this philosophically that if a tree is sick and you want to cure a tree, you just don't fumigate the leaves. You don't treat the trunks. You go to the roots.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That is the foundation of everything. So if you're going to get it right as a country, if we're going to see the kind of movement we want to see, then the right people must be in politics at the local government level.
So I'll take a break so that I can meet my next guest, and eventually we'll all sit down and talk about this. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
My local government chairman, hopefully,
Thank
because
you.
that's where I live.
Thank
so
you.
we'll be right back in a short while. Yes, welcome back. Asandia, my next guest, I met online. I got a mail saying that the first woman to run for Calabar municipality in Cross River State had achieved XYZ for my magazine, Today's Woman. And I'm like, I mean, a woman in Calabar running for office? can I get her to Lagos to come and be part of this show? And I sent a mail back, no, I just don't want to talk about her on the magazine. I want her to be part of this show because I want people to see that there are some young women out there who are doing stuff. So it's my pleasure to welcome Asandia Hogan. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
I hear you Efik women are very strong people. tough women.
We are.
But then you did run for office at 28.
Yes, I did.
And you ran for?
A councillor of my ward.
And what happened?
I was disqualified on the morning of my election because in Cross River State, you have to be 30 and above. But I'd been
They didn't tell you until?
I'd been through all the screening boards and they told me that they were not going to disqualify me and they would leave it up to the party hierarchy to disqualify me because I was the best candidate they'd had in years. And they felt like it wasn't in their place, so let the party take a decision.
So what happened between, that was in 2009?
And 10.
2010?
Yes.
So for 7 years, you didn't try again until now?
No.
Why?
I served the party.
And this is the PDP?
Yes, PDP. I served the party in 2011. I was the secretary for the Central Working Committee for the campaign, you know, the Jonathan's first election and all the elections. That year, I was the secretary for the committee in Calabar Municipality that year. After that, you know, I've been running my business and going for political meetings. And as a woman, one of the things that you do, I had a baby. So I couldn't possibly have a baby and be in the thick of politics at the same time.
Aren't you worried about the fact that people say local governments are redundant in Nigeria right now because the state governors, you know, aggregate all of the funding to themselves, and so what's going to happen to local councils?
I personally think that that's one of the main problems with Nigeria. A lot of us, local governments and some states, sit and wait for allocation from the government. This is the reason why you need quality representation in there, because you don't have to sit and wait for allocation. You can actually generate your own income. If you use your brains and you work with people that know what they're doing, you can generate income. So yes, the allocation is your right. That is your due. So take it. But you can't just sit back and depend on just that. It wouldn't work. It doesn't work anywhere else.
But is it true, though, that the local government chairmen have to be endorsed by the, you know, by the ruling party or by the government?
In politics, there's structures. So, of course, you want, even the president wants to work within a certain structure, and you want to know that you have loyalists. That is, I think that goes across board, even in businesses. You want to know that, you know, there are people that are loyal to you. In the sense of the corrupt sense that it comes across in Nigeria, it does happen. And that is the reason why you need people like us to change the face of the local government, because the local government shouldn't be there for settling.
And all of that. Well, these nails, the hair, the spree, then the female, doesn't it, you know, kind of like jar the senses of your electorate?
Would you like me to speak Efik to you? Make anything
So what does that mean, though?
I could speak Efik with you, but you wouldn't understand what I'm saying.
Okay. So, but don't you feel like they might look at you and like, this one doesn't belong to us and things like that?
Who belongs to you? I'm an Efik woman. I come from Cross River State. I've lived all my life in Calabar Municipality. I know the people opposite me. I know all my neighbors. All my neighbors know who I am. Most of them
can trace your family tree.
Most of them don't even call me Asandia. They call me my pet name at home.
Which is?
Makamba. So my nails or no nails, hair or no hair, has no bearing with my abilities and what I can deliver.
Thank you very much, Asandia, for sharing
We should ask that gentleman about his tie as well.
I will. I should. So I'll be right back if you don't go away. Yes, my next guest was feeding me with information during the last elections in feeding the public, really, with information from the Abia State. They call it the Abia Situation Room. She's a friend, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a publisher, she's a communications expert. She's all of those things rolled in one. But during the campaigns in 2016... 2015, Abby. 2015, right? During the campaign in 2015, she was on the Alex Oti team in Abga, running for governorship in Abia State. So I present to you Mary Ikoku. It's nice to have you here, Mary.
Same here.
All these chewing mouths.
It's nice having me.
You know, I didn't know how to describe you again, you know, all of these things. But I do know that those were popping up on our phones, boom, counting the votes, boom, this is happening, boom, we are here. And I'm like, fantastic. I thought that was it, but you had a difficult time.
Oh, yes. And I must say, though, that it's actually nice. And I'm excited realizing that all our messages got to people like you. We thought we were with the Abia public, but we went even beyond Nigeria. And I think that sounds like a big, huge success. Yeah, a good strategy for the Dr. Oti's campaign.
So, but, I mean, well, it's been proven that we don't know whether you won or you didn't win, but the court has said that's what it is. And you're living with that.
Oh, yes, we definitely would have to align with the decision of the Apex Court. However, I believe that the people of that state do have certain sadness, certain pain, that it may take this same court to reverse the error that they made. But speaking as a law-abiding citizen of Nigeria, Dr. Oti and his team and everybody,
They've moved on.
We've moved on. And we do hope that no other state in Nigeria should experience what the people of that state experienced.
So what are the lessons from that experience that young people can take?
The lessons we learned was that he actually, you see, you had two options. It's either you have the grassroots or you have the media. Now, what we did was focus on the people, the grassroots, because they were the ones that were going to cast their votes. So, in clear terms, I can tell you without fear of contradictions that if it's for voting, vote counts, the people, Dr. Oti won Abia election 2015.
So what are the lessons?
But the lessons there is that I want the people, the young lady and the guy who left here earlier on, they need to understand that they will meet these things, especially if you're not in the existing party, the ruling party. But it seems they are both in the ruling party, but they are going to go through primaries. In the primaries, you're going to see even your party men are working against you. You are in a political party, you have somebody that is in your party, but is actually not a member of your party.
No, all this experience...
So you are going to experience that.
That kind of...
Where you finish having a meeting, and the person you had that meeting with that shook your hand, said, we are going to do this, goes back to your opponent and says, this is what this guy is planning.
So has this experience made you hate politics? I know you have the dream of being governor in your state someday. Has this experience made you...
Yeah, I laugh about stuff like that.
Yeah, it can happen. Can't it happen? Can you become governor someday?
I can.
But...
And I will.
Oh. She said it here first, guys.
You know, the trick is this. I will if the right things are put in place. And I'm happy that the National Assembly, the Senate, has decided to revisit the electronic voting. Because that is one way. That was how we won the election. Vote-wise. That was how it was
Because
won.
you were counting votes.
Because we were saying all votes must count, but the opposition was saying we will write the results. So they have the way they do these things. So those are things you will meet in these political waters.
Okay, it sounds good. I mean, I've spent more than 25 minutes now talking about all of this. I'm going to beg my viewers to stay tuned next week for us to continue, because I want all three of you to sit together, because you are not a politician per se. I mean, but I want us to define who is a politician, what makes you a better politician, and how we can move forward to ensure that we all take advantage of what it has been deposited in us. For now, I'll say bye-bye for now.